It's last day of September here on Salt Spring Island, 2012, and I'm standing beside one of my many Trachycarpus fortunei palms. This one I planted, I guess about 9 years ago, and somebody phoned me up one day and heard that I love palm trees, and they had moved up here from Arizona, and when they bought the place, this was growing in their garden, and he said to me, if I didn't come and get this palm, they're going to cut it down or bulldoze it down. He had an excavator coming a week after he phoned me. So he said, I better come and get that palm tree. So what I did is I dug a hole here in the spot, and I showed up one lunch hour at this guy's place, and they had a mini excavator there. I got them to dig this palm tree out. I went the day before, and I dug a trench around this palm tree, and I really soaked it good because it was dry. It was in the summer months. And I soaked it really good, and then the next day I went back on my lunch break, and the guy had the mini excavator there, and I borrowed my friend's truck, and I got the guy to dig the palm tree out, lift it up with the excavator, we strapped it right here, and I backed the truck underneath it, and he just dropped it right in the middle of the box, and I put a piece of plywood in, and I backed the truck up to about right here. Tailgate was right here, and I put the plywood down just so the edge of it went into the hole. And I took that palm and a big root ball on it, weighed several hundred pounds, and I just wobbled it back and forth, and I slid it right into the hole, and it worked just beautifully. So it's been growing happily here ever since. It should be growing faster, but the problem is there's a big native western red cedar tree there, and the bloody roots come from that tree, and they fill this all. They infiltrate the root system here of this palm tree, and they take a lot of nutrition and water away. So I'm constantly watering this palm tree, especially in this dry summer we've had here. It's been terribly dry, and September, we're the last day, like I say, of this month, and it's been bone dry, and the long range forecast is for more dry, sunny, warm weather. So, but anyway, it seems to be growing a little slower this time of the year, and when we get our winter rains, it should speed up a little bit. It's not a bad palm, and you can see how tall it is. That's why I'm standing in here. It's got a nice sized trunk, and hopefully it continues to flourish with me. I don't do anything with the palm trees here. They're all on their own, survival of the fittest. This particular species, Trachycarpus fortunei, there's about 8 species in the genus, and this one here is the most common on our southwest coast of British Columbia, Canada. They grow all over Salt Spring Island. They will grow eventually to 40 feet in height, and they really don't need any special care here. Just well-draining soil, throw some good soil in the hole, and they do appreciate summer irrigation. It makes them grow a little faster. They can grow up to 1.5 feet of trunk each year in our climate once they're established. So, and this one's got a pretty good sized trunk on it already. It's a pretty happy palm. But this ground is pretty full of those roots. They're spongy with cedar roots. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take a pitchfork, I'm going to perforate it. Also have the cats go in the bathroom in here too, which are a pain in the ass. They make a bloody mess. They use everything as a litter box. My wife has all these cats around, so I'm going to go get a pitchfork now, and I'm going to perforate the soil, and then I'm going to give it another drink. And I haven't even, actually I did fertilize this in the spring. I fertilized this palm tree. So anyway, Chinese windmill palm, and they are native to the mountains of China, so they can take quite a bit of cold. Well, any cold that our island can dish out, these palms can handle. They always grow best closest to the Pacific Ocean. The farther you go inland from the ocean, the winters do get colder, so sometimes they need a bit of help, a bit of protection. You get inland, like in the Fraser Valley, but here they don't need any fuss. Even the seedlings, they self-seed here, and they grow. So very hardy palm for southwest British Columbia coastal areas. Vancouver, there's thousands of these things. Victoria, and in the suburbs they even have palm-lined streets with Trachycarpus fortunei palms. So, and I have videos of them on my YouTube. You can actually see them. The west end of Vancouver is full of palm trees, public plantings all growing along the beach. Beach Avenue is loaded with Trachycarpus palms and other species as well. So anyway, that's what she's looking like at this time of the year, and it seems to be a pretty happy camper.